Judzy is really an issue that can only be resolved in one way: topless tickle fight. Until then, we have Esri trying to counsel Nog, who just doesn't want to. He's had enough probing of his feelings at the Starbase, where they rebuilt him with Steve Austin technology. And besides, it's already 9:30 in the morning. Time to call it a day for Nog. Cisco worries about him, but Esri assures him that for now, the best strategy is just to do nothing and let Nog try to sort it out himself. Not too surprising. Esri seems to be from the Shrug school of psychiatry. Nog decides his therapy will involve driving Jake to near homicide, playing Vic's "I'll Be Seeing You" over and over and over, day and night. There are no headphones on DS9, I guess. Jake finally takes the rod away, with the understanding that if Nog tries to play it in here again, the only thing he's going to be listening to is the sound of his own colon crying after his head is shoved up his ass. Another wardrobe aside. Would the Star Trek fashion department please stop making costumes designed to showcase someone's junk? All it does is make us wonder if the leg isn't the part of his body Nog's embarrassed about. So Nog decides to go and hear Vic sing the song in the holosuite. Vic really didn't go over too well with the audience in his way, and it should be noted that contrary to popular belief, he actually didn't make all that many appearances. Up until now, he's only appeared a few times, in fact. After his way, he tried to cheer up Bashir and Quark. To the guy who'd throw a party, if he knew someone to call. To the losers, let them all. In his next appearance, he tried to cheer up Worf. And the next time we saw him was that brief bit of Rom singing to remind us how much worse things could get. So maybe 12 minutes of screen time out of 15 episodes. So Vic's return here is basically his way revised, helping with a problem, but with much better execution. For starters, all the music so far, while showing off Darren's wonderful pipes, has been to complement what's going on, so that rather than being a point where the show stops, it actually helps to carry it along. This is seen again as Vic sings "I'll Be Seeing You" in person, to lead into the flashback where Nog is lying there, starting to really realize what happened to him. After singing all 15 variations of the song for Nog, don't worry, we only hear the end of the last one. Vic's a little sick of it himself. So Nog explains his frustration with the pain in his leg that no one believes him over. But Vic, showing that the EMH's bedside manner might have been inadvertently dumped into him, he's the first one to actually believe him.
I don't want to go back to my quarters. Actually, I don't want to go back to my life.
The thing about Vic's character that wasn't really visible until now is that while he's a self-aware hologram, his primary purpose is to sing and help people. It's what he loves doing, and so issues of his rights and such aren't really important to him because he's been doing what he wants to do. He performs, he talks to people, he helps make their lives better, but that's all he's ever wanted. So when Nog decides he wants to stay with Vic in the holosuite, he's fine with it, another way to help out. So Nog will just live in the holosuite. Well, that sounds like a good move. If you're a one-legged crazy man, I suppose. No, I'm sorry, that was uncalled for. His friends and family gathered to provide a more sympathetic assessment.
He's a one-legged crazy man.
I'm shocked that Ron would speak this way. The DS9 crew are usually very respectful about the feelings of others.
How can hiding in one of Julian's adolescent programs be a good sign?
Hey, it could be worse. He could be hiding in the Alamo program.
Or that ridiculous secret agent program.
Hey.
Or that stupid Viking program.
Hey!
Still, Esri thinks this might just be what Nog needs. What more ringing endorsement do you need than a firm maybe from a counselor with a few months' experience who has put her rank insignia on backwards? She fills Vic in so that he starts by offering Nog a really classy cane as a replacement, but with a warning that it's fragile, so he has to be careful not to use his full weight to speak this way. The DS9 crew are usually very respectful about the feelings of others.
How can hiding in one of Julian's adolescent programs be a good sign?
Hey. It could be worse. He could be hiding in the Alamo program.
Or that ridiculous secret agent program.
Hey.
Or that stupid Viking program.
Hey!
Still, Esri thinks this might just be what Nog needs. What more ringing endorsement do you need than a firm maybe from a counselor with a few months' experience who has put her rank insignia on backwards? She fills Vic in so that he starts by offering Nog a really classy cane as a replacement, but with a warning that it's fragile, so he has to be careful not to use his full weight on it. Things seem off to a good start, but quickly nosedive when Jake and his date show up and Nog gets all self-conscious. The nicer they act, the more pissed off he gets, until finally he throws Jake on the floor and hits him. Without the cane, it should be noted.
Hey, you, take a hike.
What?
You heard me. You don't come into my club and start hitting customers. I'll get out before I throw you out.
I wonder if he tried that with Worf. Hey, you don't come into my club and start smashing up the place without having a drink on the house first. Afterwards, Nog apologizes, and Vic shows a bit of tough love with him. Not being difficult, but making it clear that if Nog wants to hang out, he's got to pull himself together enough not to act like such a dick. Nog agrees and then volunteers to help Vic with the bookkeeping on the casino so that he can go to bed, since Vic has been running so long he's exhausted.
When you sleep, do you dream?
Good night, kid.
The next day, Esri shows up and says that after what happened, Nog's going to have to leave, but Vic believes he's making real progress. Esri tries pathetically to make him acquiesce, but he and Nog make her look like a petulant idiot until she's left standing there wondering how a fresh cadet and a holographic lounge singer just outsmarted her, and then grind her into the dust with the most powerful force there is, the montage. This is another great use of Darren's voice. His rendition of the title song is excellent, and the montage sets up a lot of important bits of the episode, most notably the fact that Nog is frequently ignoring the leg issue entirely. At this point, Esri returns, having seen how far Nog has come, and congratulating Vic for the excellent job that he did. This time, though, she came prepared, and instead of the direct route, she makes Vic realize himself that it's time for Nog to go. I'm pretty sure this is the only DS9 episode ever to focus entirely on two supporting cast members. The story by credit at the beginning credits John Ordover and David Mack, but their story was just about a night spent at Quark's because every place was closed over a Bajoran holiday. It was moved to Vic's and was supposed to have several plots, but Ron Moore convinced Ira Stephen Bear that the Nog plot was so dominant that the others became irrelevant. So this is what it became. Which is good because it explores both of those characters quite well. And Nog's story is very obvious, but the subtler story is the one of Vic. Vic knows that there's a world outside those doors, but he doesn't feel the need to be out there. But with Nog's presence, he's been opened up to new experiences. Not pre-programmed memories of things he never actually did, but actual things that have happened to him now. Sleeping, reading the sports section, watching movies, having poker games. Not everything in the montage was about Nog escaping his life. Some of it was about Vic living his for the first time. What Esri shows him indirectly is that Vic hasn't noticed that Nog doesn't need to be here anymore because he's been so engrossed in everything. This realization leads to what, for me at least, is the selling point for why Vic is overall a good character. He's human enough to become engrossed in his own affairs so as to miss something important, but when realization finally dawns, he does the right thing, as you'll see in a moment. Nog starts talking about the new casino plans when Vic shows up, but Vic, perhaps a little bluntly, says it's time to end the program. Nog protests that even if it's fantasy, it's real to the two of them.
You're right. It's very real to me. I'm a hologram, Nog. I'm not a person.
This is the reason for Vic's bluntness. He just wants this over with. No speeches about holograms having rights, no protests about the natures of existence, because that's not what this is about. Vic has become close to Nog and knows the only way to help him now is to remind him that what's outside those doors matters for Nog. And Vic shows how good a friend he is by sacrificing his life for mere existence, to go back to being just at beck and call, because it's the only way to force Nog to leave. Nog still tries to cling to it, even ripping out the guts of the holosuite to try to switch him back on, but Vic's incredible swing abilities can thwart even technobabble, and after the Chief tells them that, Vic confronts him over it. Nog finally spills his guts, that he's afraid of going back into the war, especially after what's just happened, and serves as a representation of all of those names on the board in the pale moonlight. But Vic convinces him that he needs to go. He indirectly implies how lucky Nog is to even have the chance to do so. He's given Nog back his life, and later, when Nog is better, he returns the favor by ensuring that Vic's program will be kept running continuously from now on, and Vic closes out the episode with a musical number. Post-episode follow-up. Annoying character goes to Esri, for the scene where she tries to strong-arm Nog out of the holosuite. It certainly didn't do the pro-Esri camp any favors. Final score for It's Only a Paper Moon is 8 out of 10. A great follow-up to the Siege of AR-558, which showed us up close that wars suck by following up with, and it doesn't stop sucking even when the fighting ends.